Good morning. The Kinze is stripped down to the frame. I've got all the openers off, all the coulters off, all the Rona units off, gauge wheels. I mean, there is literally nothing left on the row units. I did find out that one of these is a right-handed thread and one of them is a left-handed thread. So as you can see, the Milwaukee Impact, it did its best job and absolutely annihilated that. And of course, given my luck, you can't just replace that stud, that bolt. You have to get the entire row unit. So props to the Milwaukee Impact. It's got some horse torques to it. Chute Man has definitely been here. There's new no-till coulters. Got all the rubber rings off. All new openers. Meters are all rebuilt. And then over here, I have got brand new copperhead closing wheels. There's new scrapers. Everything on this planter is going to be new by the time I'm done with it. However, I went and looked at a new planter last night and, well, I bought it. So this planter is going to be totally rebuilt and it's now for sale. So I've got all the no-till coulters and openers on now. All the scrapers are in. Now it's time to put all the gauge wheels back on, get them on here. I replaced a couple seed tube sensors that I knew were bad. I unplugged the ones I knew were bad last year. That way I knew what ones needed done. Now something I'd like to point out, you can see how thin that gap is right there. With the old openers that were on it, that gap came to like right here. So that's how wore they were, and they were wore down to the point. You can see here that these two blades come together, and that's what makes your seed trench. So when your openers get wore, you get a gap like you have up here, but that gap's down here too, and then you're not cutting a trench like you should be for that seed to lay in. So when those get wore down, your depth's off, it can screw all kinds of things up. So definitely want those to be replaced. It's 65 degrees and feels like springtime. I got a flat tire, but can't wait to get out and work dirt. But that's all hooked up. The hydraulics are backwards somewhere on it. It's not wanting to raise and lower right. I think it's the, one of the returns is flipped backwards, but not a huge deal. Pulled up the shop and flipped that over. Trying to figure out which one's hooked up wrong. So I got the planter sold. This thing sold this morning, so it is no longer up for sale. The guy that I sold it to did want the copperhead closing wheels, so I'm fastening all them on. They're all just sitting on here right now. I've still got to tighten them down, but planter is sold, and I am going to pick up my planter probably end of this week, hopefully. So getting rid of that one. Getting one identical to it, but twice the size. Now, this thing needs washed and waxed bad. Paint, like all red paint, likes to fade very easily. And then I have 25 of the 40-ish new sweeps for this. I thought I had enough, but I don't. So I'm gonna replace all of them once I get it washed up. And then these blades need some attention. This is a job that I've known needs done for a year or two now, but procrastinated doing it. But those blades are down to 16 inches and they need to be 20. So they're definitely way overdue and need replaced. So I'm gonna get some of those ordered as well. I need to take a couple off and see what kind of shaft they're sitting on, if it's a square shaft, hex, which it is, but need to get those ordered. And other than that, this thing needs greased and it's ready to go. Oh, and another thing, I didn't start on it because it's dirty and nasty and I just didn't want to screw with it yet. But after I wash this first remote here is acting up. I've got flow, which this is on and off here. I've got flow through this, but it's very, very slow. So I think something inside of that valve is going bad. But I'm not really sure, but I don't really use all the remotes on this. There's 4 on it. The most I ever use on this tractor is 2. So I'm probably just gonna swap the 4th and the 1st. Yeah, that's right, the 1st and the 4th. Flip-flop them, then I'll be good to go. But not really sure why I'm not getting good flow out of that. So this tractor is pretty easy to run. That is shift up, shift down, pretty self-explanatory. If you hold that button and go like that, you go straight to 4th gear. That's straight to 6th, straight to 8th, and then 9, 10, 11, 12. Pretty easy to do. A little bit jumpy when you do that, but not bad if you're not, you know, running high throttle. That's your throttle. That's forward, that's reverse, that's your hydraulics, that's your PTO, and then that is your 3-point hitch. So pretty easy tractor to drive. See if it'll start. Oh yeah, not even all that cold right now, but anyhow, gonna give this tractor a wash and then put it back in the shed, I guess. Oh yeah, that's looking better. Starting to be a little bit spit shined up, but I think it's gonna look better without those retro looking lights on it too. Look a little bit better with some new ones on here, but it's cleaning up fairly decent. Got all the grease and dirt and hydraulic fluid that was leaking in there cleaned out. All right, well, this planter is completely rebuilt, completely done. There's my scrap pile off of it. It's a nice breezy 60 degrees today, so I'll lift that jack up and pull this thing back outside. Guy's gonna be getting it later this week, and I'm gonna be on my way Saturday to go pick up the new planter. So this one's good to go. Fresh rebuild on it, but hate to send it on down the road, but is what it is. Getting a bigger one. Like I am gonna go ahead and start putting sweeps on this. Just gonna pull the planter out. It's a nice enough day. I'm just gonna do it outside today, so not a bad job to do, especially on a day like today. And I'm essentially getting the exact same planter as that, just twice the size. I bought a Kinze 2600, it's a 1223, so it's literally that exact same planter, it's just bigger. Other than the fact it folds, they're identical. So probably gonna do the exact same things to it as I have that. I'm gonna put some copper heads on it. The openers are good, seed meters are all good, so it's in good shape right now. It's got some minor cosmetic things I'm gonna do to it, but not a huge deal. Mechanically, it looks like it's in really good shape. So gonna get that home Saturday and take a lot closer look at it, and then make another shoop cart and order blades for that landau and bearings, a couple more sweeps. I didn't get quite enough, and then whatever planter parts this new one needs, but shouldn't be all that much. Shouldn't be near what this one was. So anyhow, that's coming Saturday. Pretty excited to go pick it up. One thing that I will not miss about this planter is trying to squeeze it through this door every time. This is the only door that's wide enough in the shop to get it through, and it barely is wide enough. Fun fact about plow bolts, you shouldn't hold them with your finger because they'll slice your hand open like a knife. And if you don't learn the first time, you'll learn the second time. Actually gonna wear gloves this time. Got all these off, got the new ones laid out, new bolts, new nuts. I said that in reverse order, but you get the point. Yeah, gonna be digging, as the northerners call it. Driving around a questionably wet field this morning. This one's only like 8 or 9 acres, but got a phone call from a guy and he wants me to farm it, so it's right up the road. What the heck, may as well. Just wanted to drive out here and see what it was like. Got this thing all washed up. Didn't clean up too bad. Gonna give it a good coat of wax after it dries tomorrow, but not bad. Still has nice shiny red paint, at least when it's wet, but with enough coats of wax, it'll always look like that, right? Well, I got the new toy pulled home. There's the shadow of it, so I'll just go ahead and reveal it. Got a 1223 Kinze. It's not the prettiest thing, needs some paint, but yeah, it's in really good shape other than the paint, so pretty happy to have this one. It's taking the place of that one. They're the same thing, it's just twice as big. Well, today is March 7th, and I've got beans in the planter. It's 62, 64 degrees right now. The soil temp is right at 48, so technically beans will germinate, and the whole forecast is warm from here on out. So, just for giggles, put a few beans in the planter, and I'm gonna try it out today. And if they grow, they grow, and if they don't, they don't. It's not a big deal, but I'll at least know if the planter plant's worth a crap. So, pulling in here now. And for those who think I'm bluffing, I'm not. We're planting beans in early March. I have never done this in my life, but if it comes up, it comes up. If not, it's like 6 acres, so it's not a big deal. Well, I'm like 5 acres into planting this year, and I've already got a breakdown. Get out and thread that back on. The ground's pretty tacky on top still, but it's crumbly. I mean, it's not mud, but it's not dry. These copperheads are doing a really good job crumbling things up and covering them. I can tell a huge difference on what's closed and what's not right here with just the 2 rubber closing wheels, which I have more ordered for the front, but I don't have them yet. But it's a little bit of a bad spot because this is where I pull a cart and everything in, so this part of the field's really compacted, but over here you can kind of tell a lot better. Where it's not so compacted, it's really crumbling this up good. I'm honestly genuinely surprised how well this thing's planting, all things considered right now. So here's out here in the field a little bit further. Here's, you can tell where those copperheads have ran and kind of crumbled the dirt versus where the rubber ones are just leaving the trench open. That copperhead kind of closing it up, and it's plenty wet to be out here planting. I mean, again, I'm just trying this thing out. I'm 50-50 chance these will even come up. I'm not really worried about it, but if they do, I'm sure they'll be good beans being planted this early. I think they're a 4.4 maturity, so they've got plenty of time to grow. Anything's a wrench if you want it to be. Also doubles as a hammer. There we go. Hopefully I've got enough seed to get to that little tree line, but I already got the end rows planted around here. It's getting really close. My monitor's shut off because I got a row sensor out. The thing just annoys the hell out of me. But other than that, everything on this planter looks like it's good, so if I pay attention, quick video, and I could follow my marker. I'm not quite advanced enough to have auto steer, so this is my auto steer. I drive fairly straight, but not when I'm on my phone. It's doing a really good job though. Is it wrong to use an AgriGold hat to scoop up Pioneer beans to go from box to box? I forgot my scoop, so I'm improvising. So my hair should grow really fast with this treatment. One thing I've noticed different about this planter versus the 6-row, you cannot turn whatsoever, or that no-till coulter just throws a bunch of dirt. That outside row just has so much more curve to it, being a wider planter. Do a little bit of turning, those row units start throwing dirt. Not so straight, but when you're driving straight, it does a really good job, but as soon as I start to turn with it, it gets a little sloppy. It feels so good right now. I don't even have the air conditioner or heat on. Just rolling with the door open, running low RPM, just enjoying life. I'm ready for the real spring to get here so I can do this all day, every day. Well, I had my fun for the day. Headed home. That'll probably be the last planting I do for at least another month. But it is what it is. I can say I've used it now. Well, it's been a nice day today. It's supposed to rain most of this week, so not looking too promising, but got stuff ordered from Shoop for the Landau. I'm gonna order some more stuff for this, just some odd and ends. I'm gonna put new chains on all the seed meter drives. Gonna put some copper heads on the front units as well. I think I'm only gonna do one instead of both of them after seeing what I saw today. I don't think it's necessary to have two, but I didn't get the thing too muddy. I mean, it was definitely plenty tacky. I wouldn't normally plant that wet. Well, unless it was last year, because if I didn't plant that wet last year, I didn't plant at all, but wasn't too bad. Hopefully, a month or so from now, I'll be running hot and heavy again, so we'll see. I've got more graphite on my face than I think I got in the planter boxes, but on that note, I'm gonna wrap this video up. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I might be the first guy in the county to have his planter in the field this year, so that'll get the neighbors talking for sure. I hope it does. It's funny when the neighbors talk around here. So anyhow, if you liked the video, comment, rate, subscribe, throw your comments, concerns, and harsh criticisms down below, but subscribe while you're at it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. It looks so little now.